How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I unlocked the brand new Retro Finest Series 99 overall George Brett, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Now this card is extremely expensive at the current moment, and you will be able to unlock this card easier throughout the entire year. It's a very good card, one of the, if not the best all-around player within Diamond Dynasty right now. Definitely a solid third base option. You can also use him at first base, even though we have a plethora of first basemen. But the best way to get him, at least right at this moment, is to have at least 40,000 experience points. You're going to be able to pick 9 additional Legends and Flashback players out of the 30 that they just released. They really released like 60 Diamond cards, probably even more when you really think about it. But in order to get to 40,000 experience points, you have to kind of do these exchange missions, and you have to collect Lou Gehrig. Now, you don't have to do this all right now, right? Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you can wait and earn diamond cards and lock those in, and flashbacks and silver and bronze cards and lock those in from these variety of card series. But if you want to get this card right now, you kind of have to do it in this way in order to make sure you have the correct amount of players for each series. Now, I was really only missing about 20 of the Legends and Flashbacks within Diamond Dynasty before they released these 60 cards. So there's a good chance I already have a few of these vouchers, and we're going to try and unlock at least the vouchers we can to start with. I know I need postseason, and I know I need second half, so I went ahead and opened up that very first pack. I have to buy some of the Always Intense pack players as well. They just released a bunch of those. You don't need all the signature cards, so we'll go ahead and lock in this voucher. That Tom Glavine card will probably drop down in price. Just didn't feel like locking them in. Some of these cards were up. Some of these cards were way up. The market completely crashed. I don't really know what happened. I would suspect that it does go up at least a little bit. If you have a bunch of, Houston Street cards like I do, and you purchase them for the quick sell value, then I wouldn't necessarily get rid of them right away unless you need the stubs right this second, right? I only have 5K stubs. I am flipping diamonds at the same time. I am flipping cards. I'm putting up buy orders, sell orders, buying the cards I need, selling the cards, or selling extra cards that I don't necessarily need. Right? Some of these monthly award cards didn't go up as much as I thought initially. They might go up in the future, and there's a good chance they will, depending on when we get those classic packs back in the game, right? We have different classic packs now, and I think it's great. I think this stuff is awesome. I think they will recycle some of those cards, right? Some of these bronze cards from the Roy Halladay program, some of these rookies from the Silver Star pack, they were way up there. They've kind of crashed down. A little bit. But they have gotten up to, 600 stubs, 700 stubs at one point. So I would expect them to go back up to maybe, 400, 500, hopefully higher than what they were just at before they crashed. Especially because people are locking these cards in, right? If you only have one of these, it's no longer sellable. So keep that stuff in mind, right? I'm locking in the lower rated cards I may never use, to be honest, but I'm going to need these cards later on in the year too, right? There's going to be more parts to this collection. So with that said, I'm trying to provide as many tips and strategies as possible, and I don't know everything, right? I'm going to try and make a profit and collect a lot of these cards. I'm hoping I can, make back at least some of the losses that I took too, right? Not selling some of the cards. And it depends on how you look at things. So we're going to go through voucher and by voucher. I'm kind of surprised you need 27 Face of the Franchise cards. You would also need 27 Future of the Franchise Future Stars that they just released, and I'm going to make a video ranking all those cards, even if I haven't necessarily tried them out yet. I know that sounds weird, but a lot of those cards on paper are really good. I just don't know how they will play necessarily. So I might be off. I know there's a few good pitchers. I know there's going to be a few good hitters. I'll take a look and see what I think the game and how the game will respond with some of those cards. But swing type definitely matters. Pitching motion definitely matters. I don't know about all of those things. But we're going through each and every voucher here. And once I try some of the cards out, right, of course I'll make videos on specific future stars. I plan on getting some of those cards. That's why I will probably sell a few of these extra cards that I have. I also have a few packs, big dog packs, event remind packs. I've been stashing away everything. All of my stubs were in my bank, and when the market crashes, that sucks. But at the same time, if all of your stubs are in the bank in terms of purchased cards at quick sell value, everything is safe. Everything is safe. I don't think I lost any stubs, really. I mean, I lost out on an opportunity cost because I didn't sell the cards before the collection, but who knew the cards were going to crash? Now, it could be some type of flash sale thing, and I'm not talking about a literal flash sale. I'm talking about like an economic scenario, right? They just released the first big collection of the year other than the Live Series collection and, Joe Mauer, Takashi. There's a few collections, but they just released the first big one for Legends and Flashbacks, and they flood the game with Legends and Flashbacks. So it could be like a flash sale type of scenario to where the cards are going to go up, especially once everybody starts locking these cards in, right? Because these cards are not sellable once you lock them in, obviously, as they are in other games, right? Collections in other games, you can still sell some of the players. So those are some of the differences. I like it. Here we have racked up a bunch of these vouchers as I'm kind of just talking about some other things. But you kind of want to go about this in a certain way, right? I first opened up a few packs of sets that I knew I needed, right? Second half and postseason. Now I know I already have 40 prospect cards exactly. I'm just making sure that I'm not locking in anybody that I don't want to. And we're good to go here. I'm holding off on that last choice pack. That's my second AL choice pack. And the reason why I'm holding off on that pack is because I want to make sure that I'm able to pick and choose the correct card types after I've already locked in, all of the players that I need to right away. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I think not locking in Cal Ripken Jr. is the move there. I might actually sell that card. I do have a couple extra Zach Brittons. His card price tanked. And I had one extra Dontrell Willis, which his card also probably dropped in like 10K. So it is what it is. I think some of these cards are going to go up, though, like I said. I'm just trying to think about right now and the future. I went ahead and picked up a couple of the Always Intense packs, like I mentioned, Always Intense pack players, as I mentioned earlier. I purchased the Nicholas Castellanos. I want to try the Brian Wilson card. But you don't need that for the George Brett, so I'm not going to include him in the video. But right here, I was really debating, and you have to be careful, right? You don't want to pick somebody you already have. That's a given. But you have to kind of be careful because eventually you're going to need all these cards, right? You don't want to mess up because you will need all of these cards. It makes the collections a lot cheaper, obviously. But I don't have a problem locking in a few players that I probably don't have to right now, because I will probably need them eventually, right? Like I purchased Mookie Betts All-Star card and locked him in over waiting maybe a day or two and earning another one of these packs. And I also purchased the Mookie Betts and locked him in over someone like Giambi, who's about half the price. But that's just because, I will eventually use that Mookie Betts card. I'm more likely to use that Mookie Betts card than I am one of these All-Star cards or one of those, Jason Giambi cards. But anyway, I haven't tried Mookie Betts out either. So those are types of things that I'm thinking about. If you're wondering, why is he doing this stuff? He's not maximizing or minimizing the amount he's spending. And it's like, I know that. I am intelligent when it comes to this game, right? I don't know everything, but I'm trying to help everybody out. I was able to make a profit, not necessarily double or triple up on my stubs with the Rockies tip, but I did talk about that yesterday, and they did release the program today. So there are just a lot of those little things, right? And this game has been entirely based off of timing this year. If I was able to capitalize on some of the things that I talked about this year, I would probably have, 2 million stubs already. I haven't pulled the trigger on some of the sales. And it is what it is, right? That's kind of how I am. But we're going to go ahead and get this George Brett. Yes, I have put, a good amount of money in. But I have also made about a million, 1.5 million stubs this year, and I've probably missed out on an opportunity cost of about an additional million or 1.5 million. So it is what it is, it is what it is. I'm having a ton of fun. I can't wait to get some gameplay with this card. But until next time, I'm College Lefty, and peace out.